Just when I'm shooting this video, a girl named Anna died because of overwork and pressure by her managers at Ernst& Young in Pune. Zomato's shares have hit an all-time high of 279. Unacademy has fired more than 250 employees this very month, and companies like Microsoft, TCS and Amazon recently got awarded the best employers to work for in India according to Randstad Employers Brand Research Report. Pause for a second, guys. Tell me, can you all really decode a pattern? Because to be very honest with you all, I am not able to decode one. Guys, this video is for each and everybody who is at the fence and is really confused of whether they should join a startup or a corporate firm. Guys, let's decode this together, okay? Okay guys, the reality is that I have been trying to film this video for quite some time now. But any or every point that I'm trying to make or the case that I'm trying to make, whether it's for the startup or the corporate firm, I feel has a counterpoint that is already there. If I talk about higher salaries in startups, I'm pretty sure anybody can tell me that no, we are getting better paid in a corporate firm. If I'm talking about the hustle culture, anybody can talk about the stability or the convenience or the job security in the corporate, and all these things are there. That is why I'm trying to change the title of this video now. And now I'm going to tell you, if I was at your position and if I had to choose between a startup or a corporate firm, which one would I choose and why? The reason why I'm changing this title is because this will cover all the subjective things that are there, and I just have to give you my opinion of what do I feel and what would I choose. Now I know every point that I am going to make is also going to have counter arguments, but that is absolutely fine. Ultimately guys, before I tell you my answer of what I would do, the reality is that I'm pretty sure that everyone who's watching this video right now, we all are looking for very similar things, right? Whether we choose to work in a startup or in a corporate firm, we all want to make money for ourselves so that we can afford all the luxuries and satisfy all our wants and desires, whether it's to travel the world or buy a new home or buy a new car, buy those expensive shoes, clothes, all of that. At the same time, we all want to build up a good career for ourselves. We all want to be settled in life so that people can know us. We have, we have stability when it comes to our life. Along with that, I think each one of us wants to make our parents proud. And that these are the kind of factors that we all are trying to maximize for, right? Whether we do it through a corporate firm or a startup, I think that's just the path to the ultimate goal, which is to strive. Ultimately we have pyramid of needs and wants, the hierarchy of needs and wants. So everybody is trying to ultimately get to self-actualization or self-esteem. So if the goal is same, I'm just going to share with you my opinion. So guys, I'm directly going to give you the answer of what I would choose, and then I would go on to justify why I have chosen the same. So guys, if I was at your position and if I had to choose between a startup or work in a corporate firm, I would choose to work in a startup, and not the kind of startup that just call themselves startups but have become huge companies and have multiple offices across and all of that. No, I'm not going to be doing that, but I'm going to be joining a startup that is trying to do a 0 to 1 journey. I want to be an early employee in any of the latest startups or someone that is trying to change the world, trying to solve a problem that I particularly resonate with. Hopefully the team size should be lesser than 100 and they should not have existed for more than 6-8 months. That is the kind of startup I would choose. And the reason for that, in fact, let me give you 3 reasons of why I would do that. Number 1 reason is going to be my learning curve. Now, learning curve means that the time that you're going to be spending with a particular company or a firm, what all do you learn? Now the reality is guys, whenever you try to compare it with a structured environment, that too of a corporate life, the learning curve is very small. You will very quickly learn what exactly has to be done, and then you just have to repeat the same task again and again and again and again, and that's how you're trying to trade your time in order to get money. So when I was working at Ernst & Young in Bangalore, within 5-6 months I had exactly learned what I had to do in my job, and after that I just had to repeat doing it. Whenever I used to talk to my seniors, managers, all of them, in fact, they were also doing exactly the same task, and they had been doing the same task for 4, 5, 6 years. Obviously, a couple of changes had come in, technology had taken over, better softwares had come, all that, but the intrinsic work remained the same. I don't want that to happen. Specifically for all those people who are watching this video who are in their early 20s, like 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, I also would want you to look out for your learning curve. The more new challenges that are thrown to you, the more things you will learn on a day-to-day basis. Guys, I don't know about you all, but I am one of those people who really gets bored very fast. If you tell me to do the same thing again and again, 5 days and I'm out. I don't want to do that. I want to try something new. I am that kind of a person. So even if you're one of those, please make sure you join a startup where new opportunities are thrown at you, new challenges are thrown at you. And the reward of that is, guys, you guys get ownership and you guys get a chance to create impact. One of my friends who had joined Urban Company, he was given a chance to manage or build up a completely new team in a tier 2 city. So he has the full ownership of the whole P&L in that particular city. So everything that happens in that particular city, from setting up an office space to hiring people to making sure the company makes profit, all of that was under him. So it's like, you're running your own car, which again is something really good. And then you can always be accountable for the impact. Usually what happens in a corporate thing is, even if you don't do, somebody else will do your work. And you can never account for that, okay, this is something that I did. But my friend who has left that company now, he can always say that, hey, this branch in this city I started. So everything that you see, or the employees that you see that were hired, I hired them. So there is a lot of ownership and impact. Now I know some of you might not resonate with this, but in case you're resonating with this, this is definitely one of my major reasons of why I would choose to work in a startup. The second thing of why I would choose to work in a startup, specifically an early stage startup, is going to be networking. Now guys, again giving you example of when I was working at Ernst & Young, I was surrounded by people who were not my age at all. They were 32, 34, 35. Me as a young fresher, when I was 22 years old, I was not able to resonate with the discussions or the kind of life that the 32, 34-year-olds were living. In fact, we had nothing common to talk about. But if you're joining an early stage startup, I'm pretty sure you're going to be surrounded by people who are going to be of your same age, similar age. Even if they're 5-6 years younger, their mindset is very young, because these people are taking the risk of leaving something traditional, starting something new. So you tend to be in an environment where you can learn a lot from networks and peers. In fact, some of my friends who did not go to IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta are currently working in startups that have people from IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, ISB and the top Ivy League colleges. So imagine the kind of network this friend of mine is building right now, because he's working in the same firm. Along with that, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about the PayPal Mafia, the Meta Mafia, Meesho Mafia, Flipkart Mafia, all of that. In case you don't know, I can tell you that what exactly happens is that whenever you join an early stage startup that is having a growth run right now, you will encounter people who will end up doing really well in their life. Some of them obviously might stick with the same company for years together, but some of them might move out and start something of their own. That is why Flipkart, Meesho, Unacademy, Byju's, PayPal, Meta have such huge mafias that their early employees, their first 50 employees, first 60 employees, out of them, so many of them have started their own thing. This is also because the kind of learnings that you have again in the organization when you're doing a 0 to 1 journey is insane. Like, you get to learn so much that you feel that, okay, you can run your own startup. So I would join a startup for purely to network and be around the people and see how a 0 to 1 journey is done. Third reason of why I would choose to work in a startup is better earning potential. Earlier I was trying to call it better money, but then I know so many of you might just comment below and say that no, this corporate gives this much salary, blah blah blah, all those things might happen. But guys, a lot of people or friends in my circle have moved from the traditional corporate roles that they got post college, and majority of them have joined startups simply because the learning is better, networking is better, and more importantly, money is way better. Yes, some of them who joined very early stage startups in fact had to take a 20, 30, 40% pay cut, but 3-4 years working for the same firm, they have reached at a way higher level than they would have done sticking to the same corporate firm. And I'm telling you, some of my friends have even left traditional management consultancy firms. So they've left BCG, they've left Bain, they've left McKinsey to join startups in India and abroad because of the potential in terms of earning. Now this potential obviously depends. A lot of these companies have really good bonuses. What do I mean by that is that their bonuses are directly linked with your performance. So if you end up doing really well, if you end up adding a lot of value to the P&L, companies wouldn't mind paying you 100% bonus, which is definitely very unheard of in a corporate structure, because the performance bonuses are very linked. No matter whether they call it performance, you know you're going to get a traditional 5, 10, 15%, 20% at the max. Along with that, if your startup is funded, there's a highly likely chance that you might not even need to have a pay cut, and you can join at in fact a very good premium, because a lot of these funded companies, whenever they're trying to get the best talent in their company, they are willing to pay whatever the amount is. So you can get the opportunity to do that. Third and the major reason is ESOPs, which means you can be a part of the growth journey through equity. You all can own shares of the company, and as the company grows, you all can also grow with the company. Obviously, there are certain terms, conditions, clause that are attached with it. So even if you get ESOPs, you can only vest it after some time, and partial vestment happens. So something can happen after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. All of that can happen. But eventually, if you stay with the company and the company grows, both these things need to happen. You can make good amount of money purely through shares. Now, I know a lot of you people might just comment below and say that, hey, but what about people who own shares of Byju's? What happened to that? Yes, guys, if we have an example like Byju's, we also have an example like of business, that has given real value to its employees by making sure that employees vest the shares, and the benefit is passed on to so many people. So we have examples of all the things. Along with that, to be honest, I'm not going to talk about the work-life balance or the hustle culture, all of that. But in startups, a lot of the benefits are given to employees. Like sometimes free laptop is given, or you have company trips, sometimes free food is there. All these little things are there because the way that startups are run is very different from that of corporates. So those also could be added advantages for somebody who was or who is planning to work for a startup. So yes, guys, that's about it for this particular video. Now I know that this video is very subjective in nature. Somewhere there is risk and somewhere there is stability, somewhere there is growth and somewhere there is higher learning potential. All those things are there. But ultimately, for all you people, if you've watched this video so far, I can just tell you that the option is going to be yours. And ultimately, it really depends on the kind of lifestyle you want to live, what you want to sacrifice now and what you want to prioritize. This is not a one size fits all, and I know I might get hate for this video as well, but that is the reason I converted the title into my particular opinion. This is what I would do. I might be wrong, I might be successful, I might become a failure. All of that can happen, but here's just me sharing my 2 cents. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. If you liked it, you guys know the drill. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment below if you have any doubts, questions, queries. Do check the link in the description below for my personal guidance and doubt clearing session in case you're looking for any career clarity, any help in terms of me becoming a mentor to you and guiding you in your life further. If you like the content on my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends, family members, press the bell icon. Do not forget to follow me on LinkedIn and on Instagram. I'll see you later with another video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.